Okay, welcome back. We are doing the mini Go With Us from Austin, Texas. We went to the RNS conference, the Rheumatoid Nurse Society conference, and out in Austin, first week of August. So welcome. I just wanted to recap one of the sessions I went to is very science laden. We were among nurses. This is one of those ones where you're among nurses and people that have just a lot more experience in biology than you do. So I walked in there. I walked in there as the volunteer and administrative assistant for AiArthritis, and I walked out a little bit more confused, but a lot more educated on omega. The one I'm going to talk about today is omega-6 fats. So we are drowning in omega-6 fats. What are they? It's a man processed fat that we've changed up basically changed up real food, and we made it so it's more shelf stable. How they do it, they basically take out the parts of the fats that will go rancid. For example, the biggest example I saw was the margarine. They basically took butter, and they took out all the stuff that can make butter go bad on the shelf, and they basically took it out. So now they take that stuff out, put some stuff in to make it seem more like butter, and they can now put margarine. If you take margarine and put it on a shelf, you can sell it from the shelf. You don't need to put it in the refrigerator. But then why do they have it in a refrigerator? Marketing. So if you know anything about the grocery business, companies pay to be put into the freezer, because the freezer costs money, and keeping the power costs money. So they do pay for valuable space in the freezer. And the refrigerators, the fact that you're putting your margarine in a fridge and you're paying for that space is a huge marketing play. So these companies are going in overtime, and they're paying for spaces just to get your eyeballs on their butter substitute margarine, because they want to be placed next to the butter. That was just an eye-opening thing to see how much a food company will spend to try to tell you that margarine is the same as butter and healthier than butter and what have you. So that's what the basis of what we were talking about in this session. Because margarine would be made of omega-6 fats, and butter has omega-3 fats in it. And they basically they went through the whole difference of the structure of the molecule and what the different qualities of each were. So you may have heard of omega-3 fats if you do like the fish oil caplets or other, you see it on packaging elsewhere. It is the reason that it's the way it is. It's a healthier fat, because it does show products of anti-inflammatory. It has an anti-inflammatory effect on your body. Now, where do you get this? You can go with dark leafy greens. And again, the fish oil, so like you eat salmon or eat any sort of fish. It's normally found in chloroplast that's in plants. So how do we get it from the animals? Animals eat the plants, have the omega-3s and so forth. The small fishy plankton, bigger fish, and that's how it all works. So basically, long and short of it is, we get our omega-3s from leafy greens, dark leafy greens, and animals. So you do that. And then as for omega-6's, they go and they process the food to take out the parts that can go bad. So all of the food that's manufactured, I won't say all of it, because most of the food that's manufactured is usually made shelf stable. So you can keep it on the shelf for days or weeks or months without it going rancid or going bad or smelling funny, because the last thing somebody wants to do is they want you to open up the package, you smell it, smells funny, you can take it back. That's the last thing they do, because they don't want to lose a customer that way. What can we do? So long and short of it is, what can we do as folks living with AiArthritis diseases? So we want to stock up on fresh foods, real foods. We want to stock up on those leafy greens. We want to stock up on the fish. We want to stock up on the natural meats and oils too. Oils are a little tricky. Some people say every oil is bad. Some people say every oil is good. You have to do a little more research on that, because some oils are just not. Some of them are so processed that they're just flooded with omega-6s. Some of them are less processed and have omega-3 fats in them. So you have to do your research on those. You want to keep an eye on those. The presenter talked about how different foods like white rice, white flour, have their germ taken out so they can stay shelf stable. And they use these for things like cereal. So like your breakfast cereal. is loaded with omega-6s, and these omega-6s are not conducive to your conditions. They are not, they're known to do a little bit of harm to you. And so a little bit's okay, but not a lot. They say limit the omega-6s, limit your foods that are made from processed. Other things you can do is you just want to, when you're buying foods in the market, yes, quick and easy is great, but you have to look at your health, and is your health worth the quick and easy option all the time? Things like when you have your Lunchables, again, everything is preserved, everything is made to last a little longer. So they're changing the food up, they're taking out the fats that are good for you, and they're leaving omega-6 fats. Again, this drowning omega-6s went deep into the science of it, and unfortunately with the mini go with us, we're not able to go into all that science, but we want to be, especially as AiArthritis disease suffers, we need to be careful of what we have to be more conscious of what we eat. We want to eat less processed. For a rule of thumb, again, do your own research here, but we want to eat less processed food, and we want to eat more greens, vegetables, meats, and natural foods that we cook on our own. And when we cook it, we want to cook it in more natural alternatives like butter or lard, and again, talk to your dietitians, talk to your doctors, but you may want to just try to be conscious of omega-6s. Okay, I hope I helped a little bit. I know that this one was actually very in the weeds as far as the chemistry goes, the biochem goes, and frankly, I don't have I understood it, but I just can't teach it as well as the presenter. So hopefully this did help a little bit though, and you understand why you'd want to choose more natural alternatives for foods. And thank you for watching this. Thank you for your interest in the Go With Us program, and we will be doing more of these short videos for you in the near future. Have a great day.